Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. It is March. It is already March. I mean, the time flew by. February was just yesterday, a couple days ago, in the blink of an eye. We're in a whole new month, and we've got some stuff happening at the end of the month. Every day is something new, and I know everyone has heard the news, so we are going to get into some of that, as well as some other breaking news that has happened over the weekend. But today, Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, today is your Monday. And to our family and friends on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, today is still Sunday. You know, we do the pre-record for the show. And I hope you guys are enjoying these last few hours before we have to go back to our jobs. I know my Black job is calling me to come in tomorrow, and guess what's going to be at my Black job? I sure am. Because, somebody's got to, pay the bills and make the biscuits and fry the bacon and all that good jazz. Speaking of bacon and frying, let's get into your reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water every single morning as soon as you wake up, as well as take your morning medication and your vitamins, and of course have you a delicious breakfast, something nutritious. I myself am hooked on avocado toast. I don't know what it is. I used to didn't like avocados. My taste buds have changed. I love them now. So avocado needs to pay me for all my advertisement on how well my guacamole, my own personal guacamole is. Anyhow. So yes, thank you for joining us, Edward, on YouTube. We appreciate you for being here. Please give us a thumbs up and a follow. Anywho, we are about to get into our affirmations. Now, every show we do positive affirmations, and we get those positive affirmations from the affirmation queen, Miss Morningstar. Good morning, Miss Morningstar.
Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. It is Monday. We are ready to get in rock and roll for the week. Ready to get started. I have decided today to do a different type of affirmation. I had the pleasure this weekend of catching the NAACP Awards. It was phenomenal. It was so inspiring, and it was such a good show. It really was. There was one particular acceptance award from Viola Davis that was so phenomenally inspirational. And because March is the month we celebrate women, okay? We celebrate women in March. I thought that this would be a good way to start our beginning of March with this clip. So I'm going to play the clip, and this is going to be our affirmation for today. And I want you guys to just listen intensely to her passion and the things she said and how she's spoken to the just.
My goodness, that was beautiful.
Wasn't it?
Yes, that was beautiful and so inspiring. I love Viola Davis, and I'm quite sure everybody else does as well.
She is a class act.
Class.
And when I tell you the chills I feel, the tears that welled up in my eyes, just to know that, when you can connect with other people you've never met and see the human side of them, that is what a real affirmation is about. That is what a real quote, a real speech, not even a speech, just a real display of love is. And I felt like she displayed love last night.
She did. And that was
Yeah.
beautiful. And I'm so glad that she had the opportunity to do that. She spoke for
Yes.
so many, and it
Yes.
meant a lot. You know, that's a great way to start the show. It really is. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. As
You're
always.
welcome. And that's your affirmations, guys.
Yeah,
I wanted you guys to start that to get your day going, because it's gonna get my day going, definitely. It's
absolutely.
it's in my it's in my save drive, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to it over and over again.
Go ahead and send that on over to me, sis, so I can listen to it
Yeah,
while
I
I
will.
rest and go into my black job and remind myself of
Who
who
the
I am.
heck we are, right?
Okay, every single day at 365 24/7 in every lifetime. I want to be a black woman, period.
Amen.
A
Amen.
black woman. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the weather. Oh,
Okay.
Springs, you got a high today of 73, a low of I know, of 55. Feels
Y'all
like
showing out.
71. I know. 71 during the day, 56 at night. 15% chance of rain. Winds out of the south southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's cloudy in the morning and sunny in the afternoon. Humidity is moderate during the day, high at night, and air quality is good. Memphis, Tennessee, you've got a high today of 69, low of 56. Feels like 68 during the day, 56 at night, with a 24% chance of rain. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy conditions all day. Humidity is high all day as well. And air quality is fair. Hot Houston, come on through. High today of 81, low of 68. Feels like 82 during the day, 64 at night, with a 24% chance of rain. Winds are out of the southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a partly cloudy day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is poor, unfortunately. So take your sinus medication. Y'all know what that means. Air quality, that it's in the air, pollen and everything else. So take your meds as needed. So yes, let's go ahead and get into this news that you can use. Oh my goodness. Where do we start? Because it's just so much. You
Well,
have to
let's
ask
start
yourself,
with the
where did we
obvious.
start?
Go ahead. You know what happened over the weekend. The obvious.
Yeah, Frumpy, without Congress's knowledge, approval, anything, went over there, him and them and Ireel, them other
BB.
folks, BB,
BB. Mm-hmm.
they decided to drop some boom booms, to and unalive some civilians, innocent people. So imagine you send your kids to school, right? Imagine you send your kids to school, or imagine you're a school teacher and you go to school. You're teaching your kids in your classroom, and out of nowhere, a bomb drops on your school, and about 100 girls, young girls, are no longer with us. Imagine that. Imagine you are going about your day, and out of nowhere, there are bombs falling around you. And then you ask yourself, why is this happening? Why is another country attacking us? What did we do? And then you have to ask yourself, how do I function if it were me and my family? Well, you don't have to imagine that, because the people over in a whole nother country, that they haven't done anything to any of us over here, they're experiencing that right now. Now we experience our own stuff. We've got a mass shooter in Austin, Texas. Yeah, we have kids being hurt and unalived, and there's a file that needs to come out, but the government is blocking that. That's happening. But imagine you're just living your life. We're over here living our lives, and all of a sudden another country decides to drop on us. Because if it can happen to them, it can happen to us. What did these people do? Is it because they have oil? because that's why we went to war the first time. Because George Bush convinced the country that it was, uh, the folks that 9/11 and, oh, we got to strike back, but and then they're looking for weapons of what? And that never materialized. Where are the weapons of mass? That never materialized. But didn't Frumpy say last year that he had boomed them and he had gotten rid of all of their weapons of mass? So what are we going to war for? What are we striking another country for? What are we doing it for? I need y'all to say it's oil. It's
let
oil.
Let me jump in real quick, Kitty. The thing is, President Barack Hussein Obama had, during his term, secured a deal with Iran when it came to nuclear weapons. They claim this to be, of course, about the nuclear not coming to the table and making a deal, because he always talk about they wouldn't make a deal. They don't want to make a deal. But we know that this has got to do with Bibi wanting to take power. I don't know. They have uranium and they have some other resources. We always know it's about some resources, okay? It's money. It's money involved, and money and power. And Trump decided to broker that deal or break that deal, of course, because Obama made it. I can't remember the actual time when he broke the deal, probably his first term. But the thing is, he claimed that they obliterated. Was that the word he used? We obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them. This was the first time that they had did the boom boom drop without congressional approval. A few months ago, back in June, I want to say, we got them. They're obliterated. No longer, no more nukes, right?
That's what he said.
The American people.
That's what he said.
This is what your president told the American people. That means you. He lied. Blow to your face. Again, as he does on a regular basis. There was nothing. They just dropped boom booms. And like you said, this weekend, attack during the night while we're asleep, but it was their daytime because they're opposite of us. And you attack these people, unaliving little girls at school, and you unalive the evil person. I cannot pronounce this man's name, but he was.
And I'm not gonna even try.
And I'm not gonna try. But you guys know who he was. He was 86 years old. He was a dictator. He was a leader, far as on the religion side. He was the religious leader, but he was not a good person at all. We won't even give him the benefit of the doubt. He was awful, just like the awful person we have.
Yeah, just like
the same person, same people, same type of people. Awful people. You got one awful person saying the next person awful, and you just as awful, probably worse. Who knows? But
so how are you going to talk about another country and you look at what we are dealing with right now in our country?
And look what we're tied into now. It's a possibility of sleeper cells throughout the country.
That's what they're saying already.
People about retaliating.
The man in Austin who decided to go in to a club and unalive some people. And Austin is a party city. It's also the city of University of Texas. And, there's a lot of college kids there. And he attacked, and they're already reporting that he was a sleeper cell. He had, material pointing to him being a sleeper cell. But now, he decided to go in and attack, and now it's saying U.S. teens are ordered to sign up for military within days of turning 18 due to the Iran attacks.
Huh?
Yes, U.S. teens. Sounds like it to me. That's what a draft sounds like to me. U.S. teens are ordered to sign up to military within days of turning 18 as Iran attacks. Okay, let me read it. During the early hours of February 28th, the U.S. and Israel launched a joint strike against Iran, unaliving the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Should this Iranian operation trigger a global war, the U.S. would be forced to call up additional citizens for service across the different branches of America's military. Whilst the draft hasn't been used in America since January 1973, males across the nation are still legally required to enlist with selective service should a national crisis arise. It comes as the jobs too vital for World War III draft and conscription returns to U.S. have been revealed. According to the Selective Service website, the primary age bracket prospective male draftees spans 18 to 25. Look, why do our kids have to go and sacrifice their lives for a country that won't even give them health care, free education, won't even give them food? Don't even want to feed the people.
Don't believe in it actually being a necessity. They don't feel they voted against that.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? The people in our government voted
against feeding people.
Yes.
But you want our children to sign up and go to war.
Fight your war.
I think not. It's very disturbing at this point that our government is here, but we knew, Kamala said that this would happen, and folks in Dearborn and folks with the pink code and code pink and all you idiots wouldn't listen. And here we are. You wouldn't listen.
And I want to say this. I know I am aware, and I know Kitty is too, that selective service is nothing new. It's been a thing for males 18 to 25 that they're required by federal law to register for selective services, not a draft. But the fact that they're talking about draft, the fact that they put the verbiage out there is disturbing, because it's a possibility. You never know with this administration, right? So when you put little dog whistles out into the atmosphere, do with it as you may, is what they're trying to tell us. Is so if it happens in the near future, well, we did tell y'all it was a possibility. It's a dog whistle.
Yes.
And they are not to be trusted.
It's not just a dog whistle. In my mind and in my opinion, it's a warning. They're sitting out here trying to test the waters to see exactly what they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's any pushback. Well, they do have some pushback from some legal giants already about this entire scenario happening. Let's get into that after we come back after our commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs, the Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold Her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Okay, so we left off and I said, there is some pushback from legal giants. I'm going to go through this really quickly. Within the blink of an eye, legal giants vow immediate lawsuits as Trump allies draft secret order to seize control of 2026 midterms. Did y'all catch that? Yeah, they're coming after the election. Legal experts and Democratic lawmakers are sounding the alarm over a leaked 17-page draft executive order that would allow President Donald Trumpy Trump to declare a national emergency to seize control of U.S. elections. This is coming from Norm Eisen, executive chair of the State Democracy Defenders Fund. He warned that on Friday that any attempt to bypass constitutional voting protections would be met with an instantaneous legal challenge. So they're going to challenge him because we've been saying for months he's going to try and start a WAR so that, they can stop the midterms because they're going to get dog walked. People are fed up. Voting for a Republican means that you are voting against yourself, and people have finally, some that are smart enough have woken up to say, you know what? The Republicans don't do anything for me. At least with the Democrats, I can survive. With the Republicans, baby, please, they don't care if we eat. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
We already talked about that. So they plan on taking him to court.
Good.
Let me tell you what the order proposed. This executive order proposes to reportedly empower the federal government to nationalize voting rules by unilaterally imposing strict voter ID requirements, restrict or ban mail-in ballots. So what about all of our troops that are overseas? Heck, you're sending some overseas now. They can't vote. They can fight, but they can't vote, huh? Anyway, which the draft claims are suspect to fraud, and seize control of voting machines based on debunked theories of 2022 interference. It's ridiculous at this point. They are doing anything, number one, to get away from them Trump files, and number two, to stop us from getting the ones that are letting this man get away with everything out of office. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it really clearly. Go vote. Plain and simple. Go vote. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar. That's all I got for today. I got a couple more, but we may or may not get into them. But
I mean, it's been a very eventful weekend. I mean, what can you say? So after the lion man in charge, chief in charge spoke. He made it very clear that we were at war, and he also made it clear that we may have casualties, of course. And yes, we have had our first set of casualties that was announced. 3 American troops were killed, and most likely there'll be more. More likely there'll be more. So just think about this. You sent your children, your husband, your wife, your loved ones off to do one of the most extraordinary things they could do, is to defend the sovereignty and protect our country, with intent that they would do it in an honorable way, where they wouldn't be lied to or manipulated to go fight someone else's fight. Okay? It's for country. And they don't come back home because you have a president who is a dictator, a liar, a thief, a criminal, a murderer. Yeah, that's what he is. Hanging out with another one in Israel. Yeah, is doing the same type of bidding, and running with him neck to neck. Whatever they need, whatever they want, he's in compliance. And now you have 3 people who have lost their loved ones who will not be coming home.
And for what?
What? Because that's still the big question.
Why?
Why did you do it? Why? That's the big question. Everybody is still asking, for what reason? They didn't attack us first. We weren't protecting anything. No. For what reason?
Same reason that he went and did the same to Venezuela.
In a way, he did it before. He's a bully.
He did it to
he lied to y'all. He told y'all no new wars. He lied. That was a whole lie just to get elected. And you fell for the okie doke. Those who pushed the button for this dictator, this demon, y'all are going to have to sit on this.
Yeah, sit with it. But I will say this. MAGA, blagger, go ahead and get your kids' bags packed. Send them on off. If you're under, what's the age limit? 35, 40, and somebody tell me, I'm not a vet, but whatever the age limit, if you're under that age limit, go ahead and sign up, enlist. Because your daddy, the one that you voted for and put in office and put us through this, he said he needs y'all to sign up.
Yeah, y'all ready? If you're able,
y'all ready?
Sign up.
Y'all ready to die for him?
They so full of anger, Kitty, and so full of testosterone. These white males, and they so ready to fight. You should hear them talk. Yeah, we're kicking ass. We're doing.
You can't bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Thank you.
Boy, them soft batch cookies, baby, please.
They can't do nothing. Soft batch cookies is correct. They can't bust nothing. And they are doing all this yapping while other innocent young people are signing up for the military with the best intent.
Yes.
To be scared out of their minds right now, because them rockets is going off back and forth. And they going to Dubai I mean, Dubai had nothing to do with it, but because Dubai is an ally of the United States, they house the United States. They are, and Dubai is beautiful. They're attacking. Rockets are hitting their hotels.
Hit the tallest.
It's crazy.
A 7-star hotel, the tallest.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's pretty disturbing, y'all.
Yeah, it's pretty. It is disturbing, and I hate that this is where we're at, but this is where we're at.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. This is where we're at. This is part of the course, because people decided to push the button for the man with the black hands who didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
Who's in the Epstein files, who has done everything deplorable that can ever happen a person can do. He's done it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they wanted because of racism. They couldn't elect a educated, well qualified, over-experienced black woman. So this is where we're at. You get what you get and you don't have a fit. But we are going to switch gears and bring in Coach Nikki, because baby.
All right, let's go. And shout out to Kamala Harris. She endorsed Jasmine Crockett. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamala Harris, Sister Harris, for endorsing Jasmine Crockett. I've already voted for Miss Crockett. And
me as well.
Yes, let's go. Good morning, Coach Nikki.
Good morning.
Hey, honey.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Good morning, y'all. Happy March.
Yes, happy March.
Happy March.
Right into this month.
Where did February go?
Girl,
right?
It was around the corner now. It's
right
that way.
In and out. February, who all gonna be there, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna come through for a few minutes, and then I gotta bounce,
then I'm rolling.
Yeah. Well, today's topic is you're not stuck, you're undisciplined. And Coach Nikki is going to drop some words of wisdom that we definitely need today, because child.
Yeah. I actually want to keep it in because I sent a little message on the side, like this weekend was very heavy. So we can still talk about a lack of discipline, but we'll talk about what that looks like when our leadership is undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my little notes that I put on the side here is our leadership's lack of discipline is what's keeping this country stuck. Because leadership without discipline does create national instability. And that's what we're all in a panic. Nobody knows what's going to happen left and right. Like hearing, what happened over the weekend, that's insane. And I don't know if this country ever stops to think about like what Kitty and Morningstar said, like, what if somebody does that to us? And it's really given America as a bully. And I really hate that. And I would love for us to not have our nose in so many other things. Like, let's address the issues we have here within this country. But I want to keep that same tone because I see everybody in the chat is also talking about it. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. So we can still talk about discipline, but we're going to take it to maybe a little bit more political route and see what's happening here. So some of the things that I jotted down was discipline and leadership and what it looks like, discipline and leadership and what it looks like. And I know we've had several examples from our president of what it's not supposed to be as far as his emotional reactions to things and not keeping them, in a political sense on what's behalf of what's good for the country, not just for himself emotionally. Okay, so measure responses instead of emotional reactions. We see a lot of that going on. And then we're all stuck like, how is this man? I told y'all before, I was like, I kind of gave up once he became president, and because I followed him in the business world and things like that, his shows, like this man is never somebody that I thought would be ruling this country. And he's doing it in a very adult tamperish way with everything. Very, very childish. So what discipline looks like in leadership is measure responses instead of emotional reactions, long-term strategies instead of short-term popularity, because that's what it is. I feel like a lot of people voted for him because of his business mindset and his popularity. Consistency instead of impulsiveness. He's very impulsive. Let's go back to a couple months ago when I really thought it was a joke about him putting his predecessors' photos outside on the lawn. Like everybody knows I'm in the DMV area. I thought it was a joke. Like I almost wanted to drive by there and see it myself. Like what is this country coming to? What is this country coming to? And I know that everybody's laughing at us. And one fear that I have is what happens when this country is at stake and needs help from other people. Are we going to get that? Or because of our history of doing all the things, hey, thank you. Our history of doing things the way we've been doing them, i.e. bullying other countries, telling other countries what to do. Are we going to need that same help when it's our turn?
And what country is going to come in and help when it's our turn?
Well, we burnt all our bridges.
I believe so too.
When your bridges are burned, you stand alone, right?
Mm-hmm. And thinking that we are the most powerful. I mean, yes, we have been powerful for years, but my mama always taught me, and I know you guys, moms have taught y'all, there's always somebody bigger and badder. If you walk around thinking that you are the biggest and the baddest, when you fall, it's going to hurt 3 times worse. So America, buckle up, girl. You in trouble. Fight back.
And what comes with power is responsibility.
It does.
And we have not one person within our administration that has accountability or responsibility within that administration. It is awful. Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
We cannot look to any single person in this entire administration.
Because they can stop this.
They could, but they won't. And it's because they are complicit. He has something on them. It has to be.
I think the same thing about the Nicki Minaj situation. I'm like, some stuff is unbelievable.
Well,
some of it's unbelievable. And I'm like, what does he have on them?
I think that some of these people, like, let's go back to what you said a few sentences ago. You had mentioned that some people voted for him because of his business acumen. I'm in business. I've been in business for over 35 years. I've ran my own businesses for years. Business acumen doesn't mean that you run up debt and you file Chapter 11. That means that you are a crook. I've been on the receiving end of somebody filing Chapter 11. And that means that all the vendors, all the people that he used to make his products or have his services, all of those people did not get paid. And if you continue 6 bankruptcies, he's gotten away with so much that when people say business acumen, it shows me that you don't know anything about business. Because if you were a business person, you would know that he is an idiot.
He's far from it. That's so funny. Business acumen. That's one of my proficiencies that I have to hit the bar when I am being evaluated as a leader within my organization. You have to have standards. You have to have relationships with stakeholders. You have to be able to display the leadership. Okay. And that is a big, as he say, these big words, like he said, groceries was a big word. No, leadership is a big word, sir. Because it's a lot of responsibility that comes along with being a leader, and an effective leader on top of that. You can't just say you're a leader because they put you on top. You have to display the characteristics of a leader in order to lead people. And when you don't have a good business acumen. You don't fit the standards where people trust you.
Right.
And are willing to put their investments and their everything into you. They don't trust him for real.
No.
They're using him. He's the clown show. Do you see how he's a clown to the rest of the world?
Yes.
It's just the cult.
I definitely don't think that was just one of the few things of why. Remember, I think we talked about this a little while ago when I was in these rooms and listening to why a lot of people, I guess, on the other side, why they voted for him, and it was business. I think a lot of it was popularity too. We can look you can look at any type of stats and see that people did that. I agree with T-Wiz and the comments before she said that they voted for him because of racism. That I feel like that is also a huge major factor. This was someone who embraced racism. This was someone who embraced separation. This was someone who embraced division. And that's exactly what but now we're getting to see a bigger picture. And I want to see those same people, that voted for him in the beginning and said that, because he's a good businessman and things like that, do you still feel the same?
Some of them are holding on to the lie. And a lot of them are just fans. They're just fans.
You got to think about how well received is reality TV. And people are so enthralled by the drama.
Mm-hmm.
So they think that, oh, this person, because I see him on TV and he's firing people and he is
Yeah.
not a strong man. The man was firing people while sitting in a diaper. What are we saying? What are we doing, people?
You better say that, Kitty. You ain't lying,
I need to, think beyond the glitz and glamour. That is a problem. We have gotten this, he's a celebrity, and that's why we let so many celebrities slide on essaying women. That's why we let so many people get away with abusing women. That's why we are in awe. And I'm not saying all, I'm saying in general, America is a microwave, quick, fast, in a hurry, whatever's trending in society. Yes. And they don't think past what's visual. They introduce television and all they want people to do is tell them a vision.
Yep.
Instead of thinking for themselves. And I need America, by God, please start thinking for yourself. Get out there and vote. If you are struggling to feed your family, if you are looking at a hospital bill or a doctor's bill or canceling doctor's appointments because you can't afford to pay that copay, please go vote. Go vote. Yeah. And vote for the people who will do for you, not take from you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna call.
I agree. No. Shout out. I love it. So then we're gonna keep it on a political sense. So continue to add your comments on YouTube and Instagram. I'm reading them as well because I do agree. But I think a lot of us are just kind of seeing, like, we had this one idea of what he was going to do, and then now we're really watching it. I think a lot of people are in shock too. I still like to frequent those rooms, where it's parties. Viper Vets is one of my favorite rooms. If y'all don't follow Viper Vet, definitely shout out to Viper Vet. Follow his rooms. There's always like hundreds of people in there giving their different opinions, and some of which shock me because where we are right now, there are still people that are still 10 toes behind.
Mm-hmm. 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 And that is why your topic is so present. Like it stands exactly where people are. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're undisciplined. You're unwilling to listen. You're unwilling to take in the knowledge that has been awarded, that's being given to you, the facts. When people bring you facts, you want to just not. You don't want to hear them. You shut them out. No. That's not what and you don't want to listen. So you're not stuck. You don't, it ain't like, I don't have no choice. I'm a Republican. I have to vote for a Republican candidate. No, you don't.
No, that's a choice.
No rules here. It's all fluff. It's all fluff.
Yeah, that's your choice. Also a lack of discipline is the people that voted for him. Like, what do you think? I think a lot of people were thinking it was an every man for himself type of situation, especially the richer folk. I had heard the conversation on Viper Vet's page one time, and they were talking about, the people with the big money and New York and things like that. And the people that were speaking, that were defending him, of course, all these people, no one's on housing, no one has food stamps. So it's still the same. And he opened the door for people that didn't give a, to not give a even further. And we're seeing it. We're just seeing it. Like T. Wiz said, for racism, he definitely embraced it so much that we saw a lot of them come out in the masses, of where I don't ever think that it died down. I just feel like it wasn't as prevalent. There wasn't a flashlight on it until him.
Mm-hmm.
It was taboo until him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it was like, it's okay to hate somebody else because of what they look like. Oh, sure. I'm on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm on that bandwagon. But I do want to move into, we're going to stay on discipline. When leadership lacks discipline, you start to see confusion. We've seen a lot of confusion in this country. Policies changing abruptly. Communication feels reactive. What happens when this man don't like something? That somebody like, what happens every single time there's an adult temper tantrum? And then what it is he reacts based off of his own personal emotions, not what's best for our country. And that's when I say I'm terrified. What happened this weekend? Every single time something happens where we go and interfere with another country or something happens, I'm like, it's hard for me to sleep at night, because at what time, when are y'all going to get pissed off enough to retaliate back? You know what I mean? Not that I'm asking for it, but we've done so much.
Karma's real. Karma's real. And it comes, you can't continue to do people dirty and continue to dog walk people and unalive people and go over and kick over their sandcastle and steal their bucket and think that it's not going to come back, because it does. And unfortunately, it is at the hands of innocent civilians, just like it was at the hands of those 100 little girls, young girls, who unalived over the weekend because a man who is in the Epstein files and is the files with his nasty tail is upset, and he doesn't want to give up power. So he's going to go and attack another country. And then it's always, he never does anything unless it's some type of monetary gain. What does Iran have? Oil. I'll fix that for everybody. Iran has oil. What did he attack Venezuela for? And where's the president of Venezuela?
I think Iran has what is that too? They have it's a mineral, because they're not so much. Saudi Arabia is more heavy on the oil. They have a mineral. What, somebody in the chat, I said it earlier. Somebody in the chat, they got uranium or some type of.
No, let me look it up. Because I know it, but I want to be right.
Yeah.
Before I put it out there. They have oil, coal, natural gas, chromium, copper, and iron ore. Okay. Those are their top natural resources. So you always have to ask yourself, what is, you got, the man is, he's got his team over there. And I promise you, this dementia-ridden idiot is not thinking of this. I'm looking at Stephen Miller, Jared Kushner, Cash, crooked-eyed, cricket letter, cross-eyed Patel, Pam Blondie. They are behind the puppet, okay? He's just a puppet. But let's go to break. Let's knock this break out really quick. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection, located in our TikTok shop, and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
Hello, my name is Keith Young. I'm the founder of Young Helping Hands, headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. Young Helping Hands is a business created to help seniors in our community. We help seniors in all areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, in efforts to enhance their overall health and wellness. To learn more about Young Helping Hands, please visit our website, www.young-helping-hands.com. You can also reach out to us via email, younghelpinghands1@gmail.com. Lastly, you can visit us on Our Plugs podcast, January 20th.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. I think we left off with you discussing, Nikki. Go ahead and pick back up.
Well, let me turn my camera back on over here.
I know it's a great conversation, and it's one that's needed. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can continue to switch it up, but we started out, the topic was about us, us regular humans, and how I was feeling, feeling stuck, and that it's not that we're stuck, we're just not disciplined. So it's a conversation that might stretch everybody a little bit. However, I wanted to keep it in the flow of, because it has everything to do with why we're in the position we are in this country right now. We have a president that is not disciplined. We have a president that was born with all the things that most of us were not born with, an advantage, and he's playing along on this advantage. But for us, a lot of times we'll feel like we're stuck in whatever it is, the cycle of life. A lot of times it's not because we're necessarily stuck. You got to think about it. No one's keeping you in a corner. No one's telling you can't do something. I had a conversation with somebody asking them what their day looked like. And they were like, I have a lot of time on my hands. What are you doing with that time? Because this person is also very frustrated with why their life isn't the way that they want it to be. What are you doing to attribute to making sure that you meet these goals so that you can have the life that you want to have? Unfortunately, and with what we have going on in our country, we have a person that thinks solely for themselves, not for the betterment of the country. And sometimes we will feel stuck, not understanding that it's a lack of discipline and that we need to change our habits. We need to change our routines. We started off this year talking about not needing a new year, you need new standards. Your boundaries are your life rules. Those are the things that you decide to stand by. Those are the rules that you have set up for yourself that absolutely nobody can cross. However, our standards are, this is what I'm going to do every single day for me and for my life. And there's no shaking on that. So, but to keep it kind of, focused on what everybody just witnessed this weekend. I saw Melbo say that there was a mass stabbing. Our country is stuck, but our country is stuck because of the leader that we have. And I don't think for 1 minute, and y'all can chime in, I feel like there is a limit to what other leaders surrounding this person can do, what power that they have. It's hard for me to believe that people are actually sitting in this office watching him make these bad decisions and not saying something. And he's saying, no, it's my party. I can cry if I want to. I struggle with that.
Nikki, I would struggle with that if it were anybody else.
Okay.
But unfortunately, these people are sitting back and they're watching. There are guardrails that are put in place. There's the 25th Amendment. There's so many guardrails to stop a madman from executing all the ugly that he's doing. And Pam Bondi, she's a district attorney of the United States. Okay. She handles all of that.
And can I say this too? There's people that are after, because he's not that smart. He's not that smart.
Right.
So there are people who are actually feeding this information to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's not totally in control of what's happening. There are people within his close administration that are feeding him this information and encouraging this information. They're not even in Congress. They're part of his direct contact, his direct administration. So, like Kitty said, this can all be put down if our Congress would do what they're supposed to do, what they are hired to do, which is dictate the laws and enforce, and the judicial system is to enforce the laws. Congress is to block things and block things that the president the branches of government were designed to basically run off of each other in the sense where they are able to control protect each.
It's a checks and balances.
Checks and balances. Thank you. I was looking for the word.
Yes,
the
you got to stop. You got to stop gap.
Exactly.
So you can't
and
just.
Our legislation branch is not doing the job, and unfortunately, the two powers that they be, which is Democratic and Republic, the Democratic has no power at this moment because we don't hold enough seats
in either the House or the Senate. And that is why he is trying to block everyone from voting, because people are fed up and they know that it's the Republicans that are behind this. Exactly. So instead of letting everyone come out and vote to get those people who are sitting back allowing this idiot to run shot all over the country and not hold him accountable, Article 2, Section 4, as Melbo is pointing out, instead, they're sitting back being complacent and complicit. So if we vote them out, that's why it's so imperative for everybody over the age of 18 to get out there and vote, because this is what will determine their future and their kids' future. But if you don't vote, you don't have a voice, and they're going to do whatever. You don't have time. Imagine if our ancestors gave up. Where would we be? If our ancestors say, you know what, I'm not going to go march, I'm not going to go stand up for what's right, they can just do Jim Crow. We wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be sitting in these homes that we have, these beautiful homes.
They didn't even want us to buy homes.
We wouldn't have been able to go to school and have higher education that we have.
So it is up to
be a different world.
It is up to us. Every person has a responsibility to look out, not for themselves and be selfish. You have to look out for the person coming behind you, whether that is your child, your grandchild, or the next child. If you don't care enough about you and you feel like, oh, my life is perfect, think about them. Think about once they turn 18, what they'll have to put up with. Think about if we don't put a stop and stand firm and hold guard now. Imagine 20 years from now. They don't even want us here, but you brought us here. So we ain't going nowhere.
I love that, Kitty. And so what do you say to the younger people? Because I think I'm going to refer to Viper Vet again, because he has a lot of people that come through all ages. What do you say to the younger people? Because I've heard these conversations too. Kids around my son's age, where they feel like we showed up in numbers this time to vote for Kamala. However, the outcome wasn't what we thought it was going to be. So what do you say for the younger kids outside of go ahead and continue to vote because your voice does matter? There's a lot of younger kids that I'm realizing they feel like it doesn't. And because of what's going on right now, it really looks like it doesn't. You know what I mean? So, and then I also feel like whoever is to come behind him has a lot to clean up. And a lot to make a lot right with other countries as well. So what do you say to the younger generation who feel like it really don't matter if I go out and vote or not? I've heard this myself on my own panels. It doesn't really matter, what I do, because I feel like we came out in numbers. We showed up this time, and this was still the outcome. It still showed almost like we got manhandled a little bit.
We did. We definitely did. You're talking about an administration that cheats. Do you honestly think that these people are really and truly being honest about what the man is lying about being in a file where he was doing the worst to children? Do you honestly think that Elon and Frumpy, they both said that if it wasn't for Elon, he wouldn't be there? Do y'all know that Ivanka owns a patent to all voting machines in the United States?
And that's disturbing for me.
It's very disturbing. However,
that is disturbing.
Hold on. However, you cannot control what other people do, but you can control the masses. If we all get out and vote, and a number that's so large that you cannot rig it, and a number that's so large that you can't deny it, then what can they do? At this point, it's I'm going to say this, and I pray every day that we don't get here. But the end of this year is going to be ugly. And I'm telling my family, save your money. Don't have all your money in your bank accounts. Put some money like grandma did, because things are not like they used to be. Things are not. But I'd rather need it and have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Our only recourse is to vote. We going up and trying to fight these people right now, going to the Capitol and marching. That's not for us to do. That's in my opinion. I don't tell other people what to do. I am doing my service through our plugs. Everybody has to pick how they're going to do their service and support those who are coming behind them. But for our youngsters who are out there saying, "Oh, it's not important," if it weren't important, they wouldn't try so hard to keep it from you.
Can I say this to the young people? A lot of us didn't. Now, it might have seemed like we can't, and I see your comments, T-Wiz.
Yeah, I'm looking at T-Wiz.
I was going there. We didn't come out in the numbers.
92%
of us did, women, but we definitely didn't come out the way we should have came out to vote. A lot of people decided to sit this one out, because they just couldn't bring themselves to vote for a woman, Black woman. And that's the honest to God truth. They just couldn't they didn't want Trump, but they couldn't bring themselves to vote for a woman because of the misogyny, that we have in this world. So what I would tell young people is to do your homework. And really, it doesn't take a lot. It's not hard. We've had a whole year to see the things that are coming out of this person's mouth. We've been able to see the price increase over time when you go into the grocery store, when you're trying to buy your everyday essentials, how much it has went up. I'm talking about from soap to toothpaste to anything. Everything has went up.
Bubble gum has gone.
Candy bars, everything has went up. Your just regular everyday items. Look at that. Just think about it. And also think about where your place holds. What are you looking for in the future? Because you're not voting for me per se. You're voting for yourself. You vote for your future because y'all young. A lot of people don't realize that pretty soon, you're going to be a full adult. You'll have to pay taxes. You'll have to do a lot of different things that makes you a responsible adult. You have to start thinking about those things because it's coming. And the people in charge do not have your best interests at heart. They do not serve you well. They do not care of what you are going to produce. If you are not of the elite
1%,
and it is definitely a class thing, not only a racism thing. It is definitely a classism thing. If you do not fit, if you don't come from that dementia of family where you are in that elite group, they don't care about your education. They don't care about how you are going to make it in this world. So your only option legally is going to be to get out here and put your bid in. And not only federal, you got to do state. You got to get involved in your local. You got to make some weight. You got to literally get out here and make some noise. And it's enough of us to make noise.
Absolutely. It really
But we stronger together. Not together, we're not. We're weak.
Yeah.
We need
individually we're weak.
Exactly.
But together we are strong.
We are we're superpowers, and they know this.
Yes, and that is the reason why they fight so hard to keep us divided. There's an attack on Black America. There always has been. There's never not been. But when it comes to elections, I notice that they always seem to attack the Democrats. Even some leftists are attacking the Democrats because even they don't want a Black woman. If you look at it, they're going after Hakeem Jeffries, Jasmine Crockett. They're talking about pulling and voting against them. You want to put in Tallarico. Tallarico is a white Christian male. What difference is he? What's the difference between him and a Republican? He is a white Christian male. Please explain it to me like I'm 3. So you want to put in someone who will bend the knee, and he is being endorsed by Greg Abbott, the governor, Republican governor of Texas. I need people to think outside the box. Let go of your racism and think about your children. Think about yourself. Think about what's best for you. Get off of this soapbox about, oh, I can't vote for a Black woman. Why not? If a Black woman wouldn't have us over in messing with Venezuela and bombing boats and sending bombs and getting with Ireal and going after, that's not a Black woman. That is a white man, period. And it's not about race, like Miss Morningstar said. They want us to believe it's about race, but people need to understand it was never about race. It's always been about class. And if you aren't making over $1 million plus a year, you are not in the right percentage. I'm telling you that now. If you are not of the 1%, you are with the rest of us, and they do not care about you.
Race is just a bonus. That was a bonus to a lot of the people who were already, in that box, that soapbox of racism. That was just a bonus. It's not just so. I would say race. It got it because we have racist people out in the world.
Yeah,
we do,
and they're not making $1 million a year.
They're not right.
Those ones, they're not making over $1 million a year.
No, they're not. And most of them, they work, like you said, they work regular jobs. If they got a job, or they're dependent on the government, and they vote against their own interests in most cases. But the thing is, racism, we have to teach our kids, and this is what I teach my kid. I have me and you, Nikki. We have a child. We have children that are the same
age, yeah.
And this is what I tell her. She has pushed back against this, but I think the more and more she sees it, the more and more she's being more convinced, because I noticed within the last few months a change of tune when it comes to racism, because a lot of these kids don't feel like it's racism because they
thank you for bringing that up. That's what I'm speaking to.
Yes,
a lot of them don't. They
haven't grew up with it like that.
And also with us, with T. Wiss's comment, she said we have to actually come out in a large number. A lot of people felt like that before, but we're the stuff that we find out. We're not just finding out because it just happened. We just now finding out. That's all that is to it. So control over voter machines and things like that. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we did come out in numbers. What was reflected did not show that. No, because how long have they been in control of that is what I'm saying. So the people in our kids' age range, they don't see what we see.
Yeah.
And they look conversation differently. So that's really where I'm speaking from. Like, okay, so what do we say to really?
And you got to look at their classism of friends. They love everybody. They have friends of all races and creeds. They don't see what their some of their racist parents, have tried to install in them. And that's gonna be the caveat. That's gonna be the downfall of MAGA, because your children accept the world for what they see, and they're not understanding who you are, because it's not what they see and what they're surrounded around, what they're used to. So I have to explain to my child, it really is a lot of racism. I mean, I wouldn't have believed it so much as I have in the last few years, because of what we've seen since Barack became president. When Barack became president, that is when it really, really exploded. And a lot of us saw it, and they were
a lot of our classmates.
They didn't know. My daughter was a baby. Barack was her first president when she was born. She was born in 2008.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, Barack was her president. That's all she knew.
So a lot of our classmates that we went to school with, that we were friends with, we didn't think that they would be.
Right.
We didn't think So it's an eye
Some
opening.
of mine shocked me. I ain't gonna
Well,
lie, y'all. Some of mine had me grabbing my
yes.
pearl.
Some
I
some of the people that we
Got
went
you,
to
right?
school with, we worked with, we hung out with, and then they supported this man, and oh, he's not racist, even though you heard every racist sentence come out of his mouth, and then you see your friends, these people that you went to school with, these people that you worked with, and you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh. So it was not that's what these kids will experience when they get there.
Yeah.
You know, they've got to get there, keep living. But I wanted to say this, you guys. Yesterday, I was on a live with Miss Marshall. She's in the comments. And when I tell you, she read the most powerful poem that I have heard in a long time. Miss Marshall, I need you to come
read it
on.
tonight?
And I need you to come on, Miss Marshall, and read that poem for us. It was beautiful. It was so what we needed. And I want to share that. So I'm going to reach out to you, Miss Marshall. I need you on the show sometime this week.
Yeah. Well, she just requested up. We're kind of off our topic, you know, but keeping it in the flow of, and I like to do that sometimes. Like I love my topics, but at the same time, when something big happens to everybody, which this weekend was, I wanted to kind of stay in that pocket a little bit so we can express a little bit more. But I do see her down there.
Absolutely. And Miss Marshall, I'm going to reach out to you because I think that now more than ever, our youth need to hear exactly that poem that you read yesterday, because it fits so well into understanding where we are now, where we've been, and where we can go. People understand this is a temporary situation. This is not just it. And a lot of people are thinking that this is the end of the road, and it's not.
No.
It's just we have got to go through the motions. You know, you got to get through, you got to go through to get through. And unfortunately, we're going through it with a man with black hands. He's got dementia. He's sitting in a soiled, dirty diaper right now. And we just got to get through it. We just got to get through it. I mean, it is what
this is a lesson. I mean, this is definitely a lesson for our young ones. They are seeing it in real time. They are learning it in real time. They are hearing us. They see us on TikTok. This was their app. They see us on here. The algorithms are popping up on their screen, and they learning these things. I see them. I hear them talking about it, and they asking questions, and they not liking it. They don't like the cruelness. They don't like the mean guy, the mean girl act that they see these adults putting on. They don't like any of those things, and they're excited to get out here and vote. They're excited to get their voices heard finally. You know, and they're going to continue that enthusiasm as they grow, and hopefully pass it on to their kids and their kids and their kids, because that's the goal. It was passed to us. We got to keep passing it.
It's a must. It's a must. We can't stop now. You know, we've come too far. You know, our leaders, and we just lost a leader last week, Jesse Jackson. Our leaders marched, and they fought, and they got dogs sicked on them, and hoses, and beat, and lynched, and cities burned down. We've been through it. Take me through there. They done took us through it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yet we are still here.
And I'm gonna say this too. If y'all haven't watched the NAACP awards, watch them. And also, because they're replaying them on BET, they're gonna keep replaying them. But also, just think about what happened at the BAFTA Awards with BAFTA Awards with Michael B. Jordan and the other gentleman, I can't remember his name, and how a gentleman in the crowd, a white man with Tourette syndrome, yelled out the word "in."
We all got Tourette's. I got Tourette's right about now.
Yeah, yelled out the word "in." We know he had to be thinking it. I mean, I get you have a disorder and your tick made you say it, but your tick knew when to say it at the right time to two prominent men in the industry that are wealthy men. They're in the 1% class. You know, they are in that class of men. But guess what? Their skin is still black. And they still are treated as black men. So even with the ones that are in that, it's still not an even level, even playing level. And that is what I want the kids to be able to see. Because they might think, oh, well, when I get money, can't nobody touch me. Not true.
Still a black person.
Ask LeBron James when he moved to LA and bought his house, what they spray painted on his garage. Because of the neighborhood, he was able to afford to buy his home in. Because he got the money. And they spray painted the N-word on his garage. Ask him.
So we are coming to the end of the show. This was a great topic.
Yeah, Nikki.
Thank you, Coach Nikki. You know, with everything that's happening now, sometimes we have to adjust and direct our conversation to what's happening in the world. And this is one of those times. So I appreciate you for that pivot. That just shows how professional you are. But I know you've got an affirmation waiting in the wind for us. And let me go ahead. Are you ready?
It's not even an affirmation. It's something I do want to close out with. And it's about the power that we do have. Okay. Right, even when we have a lot of things coming through, thank you, Blasian. Even when we have a lot of things that are pressing against us, y'all, we still have that power. So regardless of what party, regardless of who's in office, you still have that power. It's about principle, y'all. It's not about skin color. And I know it may seem like that because who we were pushing looks like us, but that's just because she had what was in our best interest. And so that's where we wanted to go. So I really want you to understand that power isn't loud, it's participatory. So you have to participate. You have to be a part of the solution and not the problem, okay? So, Kitty, you can go ahead and do your thing, and I'm going to say this.
Bow your eyes and close your head in the words of my brother Darian.
Y'all ready? Okay. Real power isn't arguing on social media. It isn't reposting outrage. It isn't debating strangers. Power is participation. Policies affect your student loans. Policies affect our job market. Policies affect your healthcare, your rent, your community safety. So even if you don't like politics, y'all, politics affect you.
Amen.
Baby.
Amen.
We are going to vote.
Hallelujah.
Vote.
Facts.
Okay.
All of that.
Thank you so much, Coach Nikki. This was a wonderful show. Thank you, sis. Thank you, Holly Springs. Thank you, Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you, Top, IG, Facebook, all of you guys, YT, of course. Miss Morningstar, can you take us home, please?
Yes, what a wonderful show. Thank you, everybody, for stopping through this wonderful Monday morning. I know that we are enduring some hard times at this moment, but this too shall pass. You guys, please be aware of your surroundings when you go out. Be careful. Make sure you got your head on a swivel. But you go out and you still do your thing. You be great. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Enjoy your day. Make sure early voting starting in March, right? Or not? Some people's early voting is starting soon, but voting starts in March.
March 8th, I believe, is for
okay.
It's for Mississippi.
Okay.
Actually, okay. Mississippi doesn't have early voting.
So they just got to start voting.
Now's the time for Mississippi to make sure that you register to vote. They won't vote until it's time for the midterms.
Okay.
Yes. So they don't have early voting. They don't have
got you. Just make sure you check your registration regularly, and make sure all your ducks is in a row and make sure people turning 18, they have time to register, get them registered, help them through the process, y'all. Let's take care of our young people. And y'all, go ahead, Kitty.
I said, and our elderly. Go ahead.
Yes, definitely our elderly. Let's make sure they get to the polls. Y'all have a good day. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time in the morning for Veterans Voice. So we will see y'all then. Y'all take care, be great, and have a great day. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guest. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.